What if I told you that right now, inside you, lies a power so unstoppable, so unshakable, that the world can try to break you, and yet you'd rise stronger every single time? Confidence isn't just a feeling, it's a weapon. And today, I'm going to show you how to wield it. But first, hit that subscribe button, because this is the fire you don't want to miss. Dangerous confidence isn't luck. It's forged in sweat, discipline, faith, and relentless action. Today, make the choice, decide to stop shrinking and start dominating your life. Subscribe now, because this is just the beginning of your rise. Confidence begins in your mind, because everything you become starts with the thoughts you allow to live there. Your mind is the battlefield where every victory is won or lost. Before it shows up in the world, you must understand that confidence is not something you can fake for long. It is a reflection of your internal state. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, hesitation, and fear, your actions will mirror that uncertainty. Conversely, when you train your mind to be relentless, focused, and unwavering, your body and presence naturally follow. This is why champions, leaders, and great achievers spend more time mastering their minds than chasing external validation. You have to guard your mind as fiercely as a warrior guards their sword, because negativity, toxic people, and self-limiting beliefs will try to infiltrate it, and when you allow them, your confidence crumbles. Every thought you entertain is either building you up or tearing you down, and you have to choose intentionally the way you speak to yourself, the stories you tell yourself, and the narratives you internalize determine whether you rise or shrink in the face of challenges. Start by recognizing the power of your inner voice, because it will either empower you to take bold action or paralyze you with fear. It is not about being blindly positive or ignoring reality, but about aligning your thoughts with the reality you want to create, about training your mind relentlessly, practicing visualization of success, affirming your strength, and rewiring your brain to focus on solutions instead of problems. When you consistently feed your mind with courage, determination, and unwavering belief, you begin to radiate confidence that commands respect and attention in every room you enter. It becomes a magnetic force that draws opportunities, people, and success toward you, because your mind has already decided you are worthy and capable, and there is no hesitation, no second guessing, no surrender. Fear is not the enemy of confidence. It is the indicator of growth, the compass that points directly to the areas where you must rise above. And the moment you stop running from it is the moment your power begins to multiply, because every human being faces fear, but only those who confront it, stare it in the eyes, and move forward anyway, achieve a level of confidence that cannot be shaken. And the truth is, fear is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are alive and reaching beyond your comfort zone. It is the signal that something extraordinary is waiting for you on the other side. And the people who accomplish greatness are not fearless. They are fearless in action. They act despite the trembling in their hands and the knot in their stomach. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. When you run from fear, you feed it, you give it power, and it grows, whispering lies, convincing you to shrink, to settle, to remain invisible. But when you lean into it, when you step toward it, the fear loses its grip. It becomes manageable, even motivating, and the more often you face it, the smaller it becomes, until it is no longer a wall in front of you, but a stepping stone beneath your feet. You must practice discomfort, intentionally putting yourself in situations that challenge your mind, your body, and your beliefs, because every time you do, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the story fear is telling you. And as you accumulate these victories over fear, you carry a quiet, unshakable confidence, a dangerous certainty that nothing external can dismantle. It transforms hesitation into action, doubt into clarity, weakness into power, and what once intimidated you now fuels your courage. And this is how you build the kind of confidence that commands respect and makes the world bend to your determination. Discipline is the invisible force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. And it is the backbone of confidence because without it, talent, motivation, and even desire become fragile and unreliable. Discipline is not punishment. It is freedom, the freedom to act without hesitation, to pursue your goals relentlessly, and to refuse the distractions, excuses, and instant gratifications that keep you small. When you commit to consistent action, no matter how small or repetitive, you build momentum, and momentum breeds belief in yourself. Every habit you create is like a brick in the foundation of your confidence. The more you master your daily routines, the more you internalize self-control, and the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of following through. Discipline teaches you to endure discomfort, to delay pleasure, and to focus on long-term results rather than temporary satisfaction. And in that endurance, your mind learns resilience, your body learns persistence, and your soul learns patience. Confidence does not come from luck. It comes from preparation. And preparation is built on discipline. Every time you wake up and choose to stick to your plan, every time you resist the temptation to quit, every time you push past fatigue, boredom, or fear, you are training your inner warrior, and your confidence grows silently but unshakably. It becomes a habit, a default state, because you have proven to yourself repeatedly that you can handle responsibility, adversity, and challenge without collapsing. When discipline becomes your lifestyle, your actions become automatic, your decisions become clear, and hesitation no longer exists. You move through the world with certainty. Every accomplishment, every goal achieved, every promise kept to yourself reinforces your belief in your own strength. And this is how discipline transforms ordinary people into unbreakable forces, how it turns doubt into certainty, weakness into power, and creates the foundation for confidence that is dangerous, unstoppable, and undeniable. Your body speaks before your mouth ever utters a word, and the way you carry yourself communicates volumes about who you are and what you believe about yourself. Confidence is as much physical as it is mental, and mastering your body language is a shortcut to commanding respect and authority in any situation. When you stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, and head held high, you are not just signaling strength to others, you are sending a message to yourself that you are capable, worthy, and ready to face whatever comes your way. The eyes are windows to your conviction, and maintaining steady, deliberate eye contact shows that you are grounded, unshakable, and fully present. Every gesture, every movement, every way you occupy space has a subconscious impact on those around you. When you move with purpose, when your steps are deliberate, when your gestures are controlled yet confident, people instinctively respond with respect and attentiveness. But this is not about arrogance or dominance. It is about authenticity, about aligning your internal state with your external presentation. When your body mirrors your mindset, you amplify your inner confidence exponentially. Posture, tone of voice, and facial expressions all become tools, instruments that project certainty and authority. The way you walk into a room, the way you extend your hand, the firmness of your handshake, even the calmness of day, your breathing, all contribute to a presence that is magnetic. People feel it, they notice it, and it influences how they interact with you. When you consciously control your body language, you bypass doubt, hesitation, and insecurity, and you embody the person you intend to become. You train yourself to act like the version of yourself who is fearless, who is decisive, who is unstoppable. And over time, these external cues reinforce internal belief, creating a feedback loop where confidence feeds confidence, and the world cannot help but respond to the energy you project. Confidence is built on action, and action is powered by a track record of wins, because the human mind responds to evidence. And when you prove to yourself that you can succeed, even in small ways, that proof compounds into an unshakable belief in your own abilities. Every victory, no matter how minor it seems at the time, is a brick in the foundation of your self-assurance It doesn't matter if it is completing a task you didn't want to do, speaking up in a room full of people, resisting temptation, or finishing a project you thought was too hard. Each of these moments is a confirmation that you are capable, that you can follow through, and that you have the strength to handle more. And when you start keeping track of these wins, consciously acknowledging them, celebrating them, and internalizing their significance, you begin to create a personal narrative of competence, courage, and reliability. Confidence is not just about raw talent or natural charisma. It is about experience. It is about knowing that you have faced challenges before and emerged victorious. It is about developing a sense of certainty that comes from repeated proof of your own resilience and capability. And the more you accumulate these victories, the higher the threshold becomes for what can shake you. Setbacks may still occur, failures may still happen, but they do not define you because your track record reminds you of your strength. The key is consistency, building a rhythm of action and completion that leaves no room for doubt. Each day becomes an opportunity to add another win, another moment of proof, another demonstration of your competence. And over time, these small victories compound into monumental confidence, the kind that commands attention, earns respect, and creates opportunities that fear alone could never produce. It is not about perfection. It is about persistence, not about winning every battle, but about winning enough to know, without question, that you can face anything life throws at you. When you take ownership of your actions, when you refuse to shy away from challenges, when you commit to achieving, finishing, and excelling, you create an unbreakable cycle where success breeds confidence, and confidence breeds more success. And this is how a person becomes dangerous, unstoppable, and undeniable, because the evidence of their competence is not theoretical, it is lived, it is tangible, and it is visible in every decision, every movement, and every result that comes from their relentless pursuit of victory. Your inner critic is one of the most powerful forces working against your confidence. It is the voice that whispers doubt when you are on the verge of action. It is the subtle poison that convinces you to settle, to hesitate, to shrink from the challenges you were born to face. And the first step in silencing it is awareness, noticing when it speaks, identifying the lies it tells, and refusing to accept them as truth. The mind is easily fooled, and if you let your inner critic dominate, it will control not only your thoughts, but your actions, your words, and even the way you carry yourself. Confidence does not mean the absence of doubt. It means refusing to let doubt dictate your decisions. You must actively replace the narratives of limitation with narratives of empowerment. Affirm to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that the fears you face are merely signals pointing toward growth. Every time you challenge your inner critic, you weaken its power and strengthen your belief in yourself. Practice speaking to yourself as you would speak to a champion, with respect, encouragement, and unwavering support, because the language you use internally shapes the reality you experience externally. When fear and self-doubt arise, acknowledge them, but do not engage with them. Redirect your focus to your strengths, to your accomplishments, and to the vision of the person you are becoming. Remember that your inner critic thrives on attention, and the more you feed it, the stronger it gets. So starve it with action, with results, and with relentless self-belief. Surround yourself with reinforcement, with environments, people, and resources that validate your progress and remind you of your capabilities. Consistency is key. The more often you consciously choose to trust yourself over the negative narratives in your mind, the more automatic confidence becomes. Over time, this practice rewires your brain, transforming the internal dialogue from one of sabotage to one of support. Your inner voice shifts from fear to faith, from hesitation to courage, and from uncertainty to certainty. And as you continue to train your mind to reject self-limiting beliefs and embrace self-affirming truths, you create a psychological armor that cannot be pierced by doubt, criticism, or failure. This is the essence of dangerous confidence, the kind that moves through the world unshaken, the kind that acts decisively even in chaos, the kind that commands respect because it is built on the unshakable foundation of self-trust. And it is available to anyone willing to do the internal work of confronting and silencing their inner critic every single day. The people and environment you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your confidence. They can either lift you to heights you never imagined or drain you into mediocrity. Without you even realizing it, energy is contagious, attitude is contagious, and the habits of those around you seep into your own life, whether consciously or unconsciously. If you spend your time with people who doubt themselves, who complain constantly, who discourage ambition, and who focus on problems rather than solutions, you will absorb those same patterns, slowly eroding your belief in your own potential. But if you choose to align yourself with individuals who inspire, challenge, and elevate you, who demand excellence, and who model discipline, courage, and success, you create an ecosystem that nurtures growth and reinforces confidence. This is why high achievers are meticulous about their circles, because they know that every interaction, every conversation, every shared experience either contributes to or detracts from their trajectory. It is not enough to simply avoid toxic influences. You must actively seek out sources of inspiration, guidance, and accountability. Read books that expand your mind, consume content that motivates and informs, attend events that challenge your perspectives, and form relationships with those who reflect the level of success and mindset you aspire to. The physical spaces you inhabit also matter. Cluttered, chaotic, and disorganized environments create stress, distract your focus, and weaken your energy, whereas clean, intentional, and purposeful spaces foster clarity, productivity, and the mental freedom necessary to act with conviction. And this extends to digital spaces as well. The media you consume, the social platforms you scroll through, and the communities you participate in all shape your beliefs, attitudes, and self-image. Surround yourself with positivity, with ambition, with relentless determination, and your mind will mirror the strength of those influences. But this does not mean you become dependent on others for your confidence. It means you strategically choose environments that reinforce your self-belief, amplify your strengths, and encourage you to step into your full potential. The right energy fuels action. It reduces hesitation, it sharpens focus, and it emboldens you to take risks, pursue goals relentlessly, and maintain faith in your abilities when challenges arise. Over time, this intentional alignment becomes a force multiplier. Your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors synchronize with the high standards and relentless drive of your environment, creating a feedback loop where confidence grows exponentially. You learn to internalize the principles you observe, adopt the habits that succeed, and embody the presence of those you respect. And as your circle elevates, so does your perception of what is possible, until the external influence merges with internal conviction, producing a confidence that is both self-sustaining and dangerously magnetic, the kind of confidence that cannot be shaken by negativity, criticism, or setbacks, because you have deliberately cultivated an ecosystem that supports excellence, courage, and unwavering self-belief. And this is how alignment with the right energy transforms ordinary confidence into something extraordinary, unstoppable, and undeniable. Acting like you already own your life is one of the most powerful tools for building dangerous confidence, because confidence is not something that waits for circumstances to be perfect. It is a state of mind that is created by the decisions you make, the posture you adopt, the way you carry yourself, and the energy you project, waiting for permission, waiting for validation, waiting for external approval will keep you small, hesitant, and invisible. But the moment you choose to act as if you are already capable, already worthy, and already deserving of success, everything changes. Your body, mind, and presence begin to align with the version of yourself who is unstoppable. And that alignment projects power into the world, making people respond to you differently. Doors open, Opportunities present themselves, and challenges that once seemed intimidating become manageable because you approach them with certainty rather than doubt. This principle requires more than just pretending. It requires internalizing a mindset of ownership over your actions, your decisions, and your outcomes. It means refusing to blame circumstances, others, or past failures for where you are, and instead, embracing full responsibility for where you are going. Acting like you own your life involves speaking with authority, even when your voice shakes, moving with decisiveness, even when the path is unclear, and making choices that reflect your highest standards, even when the easy option tempts you to settle. And every action you take in this state reinforces your inner belief, because the mind cannot distinguish between imagined certainty and real certainty when it is reinforced with consistent behavior. Confidence grows not from waiting to feel ready, but from stepping into action, learning, adjusting, and proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought possible. It is the small daily decisions that compound into a presence so strong that it commands respect. The way you dress, the way you greet people, the way you handle confrontation, the way you pursue your goals, all of it sends signals that you are in control, that you are a force to be reckoned with, and that you will not be undermined by fear, doubt, or hesitation. Acting like you own it also means embracing discomfort and uncertainty as necessary companions on the road to greatness, because confidence that depends on comfort is fragile, but confidence that is forged in action, persistence, and audacity is unshakable. When you act with ownership, you inspire yourself to take bigger risks, pursue higher goals, and trust in your ability to navigate obstacles. Over time, this creates a feedback loop where action generates belief, belief generates results, and results generate even more confidence. It transforms hesitation into decisiveness, fear into courage, and doubt into relentless determination. And the beauty of this approach is that it is contagious. When you embody certainty, others begin to mirror your energy. They follow your lead, and your presence becomes magnetic and influential. And the more consistently you act like you own your life, the more you internalize the mindset, until confidence is no longer a temporary state but a default mode of being, a dangerous, unstoppable energy that moves through every room you enter, every challenge you face, and every decision you make, until there is no separation between the person you are and the person you are becoming. And this is the ultimate form of confidence, the kind that cannot be taught, borrowed, or faked, because it is lived, breathed, and embodied in every thought, action, and intention. And once you master this, the world responds to you. Doors open effortlessly, people respect you, opportunities multiply, and your life becomes a reflection of the unwavering, dangerous confidence you have cultivated and claimed as your own. Remember, dangerous confidence is not a gift, it is a choice, a relentless commitment to believe in yourself, act with purpose, and rise above every fear, doubt, and obstacle in your path. It is forged through discipline, faith, action, and the courage to own your life fully. And when you step into this energy, the world cannot ignore you. Opportunities will seek you, challenges will shape you, and your presence will demand respect. So take everything you have learned today, apply it without hesitation. Embrace the discomfort, trust the process, and move forward with the unshakable certainty that you are capable, worthy, and unstoppable. This is your moment, your life, and your power. Now go and claim it with everything inside you.